So Aaron was looking outside the little tiny window, and he saw that we could actually walk around and clean the skylights and stuff in case they get dirty. And I'm like, there's a Jurassic Park can do it, and then there's a Jurassic Park don't do it. Morning, morning.
It's dim like it was before the eclipse.
Yeah, there would only be those few times where Aaron would have to go in early back in the States that we were talking about that this morning because it was like 8 o'clock and it was still like dark out. And it's been like half an hour since then. But
And it's still dark out.
yeah, like the sun rises on its latest in Portland at 7:50 in the morning. And here in Amsterdam, the latest is like 8:45. And as I told people, it's a big deal when your sunlight is an hour different from what you're used to, your sunrise and sunset. And people are like, no, I could deal with it. And in fact, I even think I told Aaron, I was like, the sun sets later in Amsterdam when he was here before me. And he goes, yeah, I'm not really noticing a difference. But
Yeah.
I think you might this coming time because you came near the end of that time. But yeah, I think there's a crap ton of memes out there and motivational posters. But I honestly think that if you're an adult and you are a millennial and you're in your 30s like Aaron and I are, Jurassic Park is your meme of like, it's that picture of Jeff Goldblum like when he's sitting in the command center with that little...
You were so focused on whether or not you could.
You didn't think about whether or not you should. It's like, if you're thinking about a risky decision, run it by, you know, Jeff Goldblum's character in Jurassic Park. If he says no...
At the very least, do a double take.
Do a double take. Sit on it for a couple days. Sorry for that break, guys. We saw the sign for closed. And Aaron's like, you know what, I should really like work on the G because it's really hard for us to do. Everything else is getting there, you know.
All of the other stuff with Dutch has been remembering to do it. Like EE being A, IJ is A. That's actually fairly easy because we don't have IJ.
Yeah, and we were actually watching a video last night. At least part of the video, because there's two parts to that video about EI versus IJ. But he said a sentence that had both of them in it multiple times. And I figured out that it's I and I.
Yeah.
It's the same sound, but with IJ, I think about, even though I'm probably not actually doing it, I think about trying to bounce the term, or bounce the sound off the roof of my mouth.
Yeah.
Versus the other one, I'm trying to say it while rolling it along my tongue. I don't know if that makes any sense to most people, but if you want to try it, if that makes any sense, then you know, give it a little try. It's just like the English letter I.
Well, I think of it as AY, like the fonts. A.
But it's pronounced I. It's I, Captain.
Okay.
Like, if you're, that could be kind of a Dutch joke. If you're not motivated as a sailor, it's EI, Captain. If you're motivated, it's IJ, Captain. Aye, Captain. Because I literally just formulated a joke that may have actually been said before, but Aaron will back me up. I literally just formulated that joke while you're on camera. And I'm not necessarily sure if it even really makes sense, but yeah, the Travelers season 3 is getting kind of super deep.
Yeah.
I think this was one of our first glimpses this last episode about what the future looks like underneath a dome. They may have done it before.
Yeah.
But this was actually held, like they might have had a fractured memory before of the dome, but this one was a very clear shot that was held.
Yeah.
So yeah. Also, they're kind of killing off characters It's not. I can understand that if they're just killing off characters because they know that they're probably gonna maybe get renewed, but it's going to be a long time before they produce another one, and they don't want to have to hold some of their lesser known or lesser used actors to the contract.
Yeah.
Because notice they killed off most of the other team when they first arrived. The roughneck team is what I called it. So, and then like some of the other, and then the beat cop lady, she's like, she says most of her team's gone except for her archivist.
Yeah.
Yeah, so anyways. Historian, archivist.
The archivists help historians. Anyway, what I was going to say is G is really the only thing I'm having trouble doing in addition to remembering on dot. I, J, A's, E's, most of it I don't have a problem doing, I just don't always remember to. But G is hard.
Yeah, it's one of those things. It's like there was a whole week where I was trying to work hacked just every day while I was.
Yeah.
Because the idea is what I had to train mine to is to stop horking, to short hork.
Yeah. And I have always had trouble with short rolled R's or short sound. But yeah, I've always had trouble with that, so it's gonna take a while. But yeah, my bus is coming, so bye.
So I'm not necessarily sure how many of my viewers overall are old enough to know this song, but there's a song that comes on my playlist every once in a while. It's really old. It's from the 90s. It's called Sonny Came Home. And you always tell the people that are familiar with it by the stages of how often they've listened to it and how their life's gone in life and how their life has gone. Because the people that are not very familiar with it or have had a really good life are like, when they listen to it. But at some point of continuously listening to the song over many, many years, you kind of go, and then you sit there a little bit disturbed for a little while because you're like, really? And then you listen to it more and you go, I'll give her a pass. She's not guilty. You know, there's the happy, oh, this is a really spunky song. And everything, like I said, is just sort of played on this weird, like, spunky little harpsichord. And then all of a sudden, like one of the lyrics in one of the verses. The kids and bring the sweater. Dry is good. Wind is better. Count the years you always knew it. Strike a match, go on and do it. And you listen to it more, you realize this girl was so tortured as a kid. She left, came back with like absolute intent, and did something, possibly burnt the entire town down. And then you're just sort of like, yep. Especially if you were one of those that were tortured and you just want to go back to your hometown and just burn the to the ground. Okay, it's late. I actually haven't vlogged this late, really, unless it was after a game. So yeah, the package came. So I'll show you guys the gloves tomorrow. I meant to do that one, but I didn't get the thing until late. And it was already across the street. I was like, what? And it's because of the mailing address issue. So yeah, we just finished Travelers. I'm not really going to give any spoilers because we're still digesting the powerfulness of it, but I do like the fact that they wrapped everything up but then left that little dangling, like, you know,
Yeah.
if we do get renewed for a 4th season or even a 2nd series,
Yeah.
I'm not sure how they would do it, but if they do get renewed for more, or it can be picked up by someone later.
Yeah.
Yeah.
They did an excellent.
Yeah.
They finished.
Yeah. Yeah, they did. They finished and gave everyone nice enclosure, but left a little door at the end of the hallway open. And it wasn't rushed like that season 4 finale of Babylon 5 where they jumped through time and then eventually like the entire thing of humankind will not be lost to dust, and he like downloads everything, sends it to New Earth, and then that was kind of a weird end. So Yeah.
That was emotional.
Yeah, the whole end of the season was getting that way because it seemed. So I realized that something was getting super close when they were kind of threatening the lives of the main characters and threatening their actual status of relationship. Like, yeah. So that was that. And it's just, that's not really any spoilers as to necessarily what was going on. Just if you've watched enough drama and sci-fi and various things, you kind of know when the storyline is kind of ramping it up. It's the storyline's coming at you swinging.
Yeah.
Like.
Yeah, there were a couple of things when I sat and said, "Oh, they're being serious now."
Yeah. And for those of you who still haven't watched Babylon 5, I'll tell you this much. There's going to be like 10 episodes, the entire series. You're like, oh, the episode isn't coming at me swinging. And it's like, but even so, like even the goofy one where they follow around the two little like maintenance guys, that one's like a super serious episode, but it's got this little like going on. Catch you guys tomorrow we'll show off the gloves and I will see if they're the real gloves and we will be shocked in case I didn't get the right one because I ordered them from eBay 3 weeks ago.
Oh my god, that is a harsh meal.